Hi everyone, welcome back. So, would you be interested in doing multiple choice questions with the help of comic strips? Ever heard of something like that? I'm sure you haven't. You do know what multiple choice questions are, don't you? MCQs. But with the help of comic strips? Want to check it out? Please do. And if you find it interesting, do consider subscribing because if you do, you will receive similar lessons from me in the future. Shall we start? I am very sure that this lesson will definitely hold your interest. So I hope you're ready to begin and enjoy yourself while you learn. Ready? David recognized his aunt. How did he recognize his aunt? Do you have any ideas? That's his aunt, of course, Miss Betsy Trotwood, and that's David. How did he recognize her when he saw her? I saw my aunt 2 years ago. Is that right? Did he see his aunt 2 years ago? She looks exactly how my mother described her. Now, is that right? Or is this right? I saw my aunt's photograph in the fashion magazine. So, which one is right? There are three options here. What's the right option? Do you know? If you do, that's really good. If it was written down, it would be like this. The first option, because he had seen her 2 years ago. Second, because his mother had often described her to him. Third, because he had seen her photograph in the latest fashion magazine. And the right answer would be the second one, because his mother had often described her to him. Isn't that right? I have another question for you, another interesting one. David said that. Now, what did David say? That's David. That's his aunt, Miss Betsy Trotwood. And this is what David said to her. My mother told me to visit you. Is that true? Did David say that to his aunt when he met her? Or did he say this? I want to become a doctor. Did he ever say that in the lesson? Or did he say, the mudstones have been unkind to me? Which one of these three things did David really say to his aunt? Got it? I hope you did. The first option, his mother had asked him to visit his aunt. Second option, he had decided to become a doctor. Third option, the mudstones had been unkind to him. And I hope you got the answer right. The third one is the right answer. Let's see the next question. It's something about Miss Trotwood. What could it be? Who's Miss Trotwood? There she is, Miss Betsy Trotwood, David's aunt. And of course, never forget the gundas, the villains. You can't call them gundas in English, right? So we'll call them the villains. So, what did Miss Trotwood say? She told them, y'all should not have treated David so badly. Did she say that? Or did she say, have some tea and take David back with you? Or did she say, thank you for looking after David so well? What did she say? The first option, scolded the Murdstones for the way they had treated David, gave the Murdstones some tea and sent David back with them. Third option, thanked the Murdstones for looking after David so well. And I'm sure you know the right answer. Yes, because they were the villains. So the first one is the right option. The next question. After Miss Trotwood adopted David, you do know that she adopted David, right? Now, after she adopted David, what happened? What's the right option? That is Miss Betsy Trotwood and that is David. I will name you Trotwood Copperfield. Did she ever say that? Or did she say, now go and work in a factory? I adopted you, now go work. Earn money for me. Did she? Or did she say, I bought a new house and car for you? Did she say that? Did she buy a new house and car for him? Oh, wow, he would have been so happy he wouldn't have gone to school. So, what's the right option? First one, she named him Trotwood Copperfield, or she sent him to work in a factory, or she bought a house and car for him. And I'm sure you know the right option. She named him Trotwood Copperfield because she adopted him and he had to have her name as well, right? And she was Miss Betsy Trotwood and he was David Copperfield. So she joined both the names and called him David Trotwood Copperfield in full. And now comes the last question. It's something about Mr. Wickfield. David was happy to board with Mr. Wickfield because why was David so happy to live with Mr. Wickfield? Look at my options, okay? They're really interesting. The first one, that's David, of course. I am going to become a lawyer. See, Mr. Wickfield was Miss Trotwood's old lawyer, and David wanted to become a lawyer. So he wanted to live with Mr. Wickfield so that Mr. Wickfield could teach him to become a lawyer. Am I telling you the right thing? Is that what happened? Or I will go sailing every weekend. He was so happy to live with Mr. Wickfield because Mr. Wickfield was rich. He had a sailing boat and he would take David sailing every weekend. Every single weekend. Yes? Or Mr. Wickfield's house is quiet. Did that happen? So the options are Mr. Wickfield was going to train him to be a lawyer, or Mr. Wickfield had a sailing boat and would take David sailing every weekend, or Mr. Wickfield's house was quiet and his daughter, who was David's age, was cheerful. Agnes, remember? So, which one of these is right? The third one, right? There was no sailing boat and there was nothing mentioned about being a lawyer. So I hope you got this one right. Did you? Well, I hope you enjoyed that lesson as much as I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And if you have not yet watched the video in which I have explained the lesson Meeting Miss Trotwood, please do so. This is a link to it. Until we meet again, I'll say bye for now. Do take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be happy.